Katie, here we are on the eve of the women's match play. How excited are you right now that you're finally here at the Winter Gardens?
Honestly, can't express it. I'm just so delighted to be here and finally taking it all in.
What's it been like since you qualified? Because it was quite a last day in that women's series. You got here, and what's the emotions been like since you realised that you're here?
I think when I finally qualified, I didn't take it all in until people kind of started wishing me best of luck, and I was straight back into the arts tournaments when I got back, and now that I'm here, it's just absolutely amazing.
You've taken it a bit by storm, this women's series, because it was obviously all about the regular names, but you've come in and you've sort of like smashed your way in to this field. That must feel good.
Yeah, it definitely feels great, especially going into the last weekend. I wasn't in the top 8, so to finally have qualified in the top 8, I was just so happy.
That fight for the top 8, what was it like? Because I'm guessing that in and around the arena you were all looking at the rankings when people were going out and stuff like that and trying to work it out. What was that like?
Obviously when you're playing, you're trying not to look at the rankings because you're just trying to just play as much as you can, but on the first day in the first event I got a semi-final and I knew that was going to push me up fairly high, and then I got another semi-final on the last event, which just kind of checkbooked and pended for me really.
You've had some great results as well, probably the standout one beating Fallon. So the smile on your face there, does that give you the confidence knowing that you've beaten one of the very best, that you can come in here and do it?
Yeah, of course it does, especially coming in playing Fallon the first event. The last time I played her I obviously beat her, but it's going to be completely different up there tomorrow. Just have to play my own darts and see what happens.
Are you a little bit nervous about walking on that grand old stage?
I'd say it will kick in when I get up there, but unfortunately you just have to play your darts and forget about the crowd and all sorts and just play your game, and hopefully all goes well.
How much have you enjoyed the PDC Women's Series? Because the ladies' game over the last few years, it's been a bit stale in other places and a bit stagnated, but the PDC have injected some life into it. You must be absolutely revelling in this.
Yeah, I love playing the PDC Women's Series. Obviously I play Development Tour as well, so I'm kind of used to the PDC setup and all that, but the Women's Series is great and it spurs more women to come and play well, which obviously you have to support the women's game if you want things like these, so I'm happy to play in them as long as they keep coming.
You touched on supporting it. Obviously, the numbers are getting better and better. The more people are getting involved, that must be really, really good. And you're one of the flag bearers of this as well.
Yeah, of course. You need the numbers to keep rising. Obviously, if you want the events to keep coming, obviously we've Germany in the next one, so hopefully people come and support that as well. Because although you have to travel, unfortunately, other people have to travel to England as well. I'm one of those. Obviously, you have to get a flight everywhere, but you have to go and support it if you want them to keep coming.
Looking ahead, how far do you think you can go? Obviously still young in terms of age and everything like that, but what's the long-term ambition for Katie Sheldon?
Obviously I'm only 18, so there's a long way to go, but obviously hopefully one day I might get a tour card. I just have to see what happens, just keep playing and keep enjoying it.
Talking on that tour card, what Lisa and Fallon have done for the ladies' game has just been absolutely brilliant. And do you look at them as inspiration and think, I want to get to where they've been?
Yeah, of course. If you look what Fallon has done, she's been absolutely amazing, and of course everyone wants to do that, but you have to do it in your own way as well, so hopefully I can come up there and do the same sort of thing.
Irish Darts is in a very good place, both men and women, isn't it, at the moment? And I see you interacting with the men on Twitter and that as well, and there's a good bit of banter between you. Obviously Robin comes over and travels with you as well, John O'Shea, people like that. It's been a very good place, Irish Darts.
Yeah, Irish Darts is amazing. You obviously have Keane Barry, who was one of my closest friends now. He's absolutely taken Irish Darts by storm. Obviously you've John, Willie, Steve, all these lads. Robin as well, she's coming over to the Women's Series with us, so it's great to see Irish people coming into the PDC.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Katie, just how excited are you to be making your TV debut on this iconic Winter Garden stage tomorrow?
I'm absolutely buzzing. I honestly can't describe it. It's a dream come true really, and it's what everyone wants, and to be playing on such an iconic stage tomorrow, I just cannot wait.
You mentioned that you've been playing the development tour this year as well, and you've been having some really high averages, some great numbers. Just how much confidence has that given you as well to transfer into the women's series? Yeah,
obviously you always want high averages, and sometimes they come and sometimes they don't. Consistency is probably the main thing at the minute, but I know I can hit these high averages, and hopefully I can come up tomorrow and see what I can actually play like.
You mentioned there you've beaten Fallon in your most recent appearance. You're playing Fallon tomorrow in the quarterfinals, but all the focus is on Fallon and Lisa, so are you going to relish that underdog tag, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to when you're an underdog, do you know what I mean? But, everyone has 3 darts on that stage and anything can happen. It's a game of darts at the end of the day and we can see that. So hopefully all goes well, but we just have to take it one leg at a time, one dart at a time.
And it's such an exciting time for women's darts at the moment, the PDC Women's Series. It announced last week also the expansion for next year, so the World Matchplay is going to return more events, more prize money, so it's in a fantastic place, isn't it, women's darts?
Yeah, women's darts is in a fantastic place. You can't fault the PDC at all, and obviously, as I said, supporting it is the main goal. If we keep supporting it, the PDC will keep putting it up. So just have to keep supporting it, and what they've done is absolutely amazing.
Brilliant. Best of luck tomorrow, Katie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Katie, yeah, just adding on to Phil's point, who was it that really inspired you to actually start playing darts or to try to take this on professionally?
My biggest idol when I was younger, anyone who knows me, was Phil Taylor. He always was and always probably will be. And obviously to be with Target, when I first signed with Target, this is finally with the same crowd that sponsored Phil Taylor, so that was amazing for me. But no, Phil Taylor was always my idol, and one thing I'll always remember is I was in City West and he signed the board and gave it out to me, and I'll never forget that moment.
And do you hope that if the World Grand Prix does return, that if they have a ladies event there, that you'll be able to obviously be near your home, that you'll obviously be able to be one of the leading players at that point when that hopefully takes place?
Hopefully it takes place, and hopefully I can be a part of it, but it all depends on obviously how the rankings go this year as well. So hopefully just keep doing my own thing and hopefully finish in that top 8 again.